come in. I did not announce this ahead of time. Just wanted to do a first live stream that might work. I got a new laptop, much faster, better webcam, better audio. Seems to be working good. Okay, I got a notification that it is live. Mute that. And we're going to go to the spreadsheet. We're going to talk about Roundhill. And they declared today their single stock covered call ETFs. AAPW is the first one. They were down a little more than Apple. AMDW down a little more than AMD. Their Amazon fund down a little bit. Amazon was up a little bit. But if we go down to the bottom, we've got overall Roundhill underlyings were down 0.28%, and the Roundhill funds were only down 0.16. So they only captured about half of the average, which is a loss. Let me know in the comments. I thought I had the chat box up. Do I see anyone? I do. I see you, Wolf. I see you, Bon. Yes, I am alive. I am live. I am alive and live. It's not coming up on my screen, though, which I tried to set it to where it would pop up here, but that's not a big deal. So let's go to what they declared. And again, today was the single stocks, but I want to talk about their index funds. XDTE on the S&P, QDTE on the NASDAQ, and RDTE on the Russell. They declared the other day, I think payable today. I'm not sure. Though everything's been screwed up with the holiday, with declarations, X dates, pay dates, and all that. But anyway, XDTE paid 20 cents, 20 cents, and then $1.38. This is an index fund. 73% yield based on average of the last three, current price. It's at 30 or 42 bucks is the current price. QDTE on the NASDAQ, 20 cents, 20 cents, $1.91. I'm assuming this is like end of year stuff. They made just a ton of money that they didn't pay out, and now they're paying it out. So 77-cent average, up from 20 and 20, 121% yield. That is the biggest yielder of Roundhill, and it's an index fund. So that's awesome. And then RDTE, 21 cents, 21 cents, 39 cents. So not as dramatic of a move up, but 45% yield, index fund. So super. All right, let me just look at the comments here. I see Bond, funny that Koi was down more than Coney today, percentage-wise. Yeah, strange. Usually they're down less, but expiration date, they could have just been, closing positions, and you can see that stuff. But anyway, they did the same last year on QDT and okay, thanks, Wolf. But smaller. Poor man's covered call gains that they cash out at year end. Thank you, Bon. Yeah, that's what it sounds like. I mean, just massive payments. And knowing this going into next year, I may add these, towards the end of the year just for those declarations. And they did it over 2 distributions. Gotcha, Wolf. Appreciate you, bud. All right, let's go to the single stockers declared today. AAPW on Apple, they've gone from 23 cents to 23 cents to 19 cents, a little lower, 28% yield. AMDW, 69 cents, 56 cents, 64 cents, that's better, 63% yield. AMZW, 31, 30, and 33 cents, pretty consistent, 38% yield, that's on Amazon. ARMW, that's a British semiconductor underlying, I believe, 49 cents, 28 cents, 16 cents. That's come down, 58% yield. AVGW, 50, that's Avgo, 57 cents, 37 cents, 38 cents, 47% yield. And BABW on Alibaba, 42 cents, 34 cents, 28 cents. That's trending down, 44% yield. BRKW, 13 cents, 14 cents, 14 cents. Pretty consistent, but that's Berkshire, 16% yield. COIW on Coinbase, 36 cents, 34 cents, 21 cents. And again, I'm looking up here if you want to follow along. But the average is 30 cents, 74% yield. That's on Coinbase. COSW on Costco, 20 cents, 20 cents, 13 cents. That dropped, 21% yield. GOW, this is the only Roundhill fund I own because the total return is solid. Google's just gone up all year. So I did buy into this a little while back. Might add more. We'll do a top 10 this weekend with top 10 yielders and top 10 total returners annualized so we can compare them all together. And what I've been doing is buying half of, what I put money in every week, and half of it goes to the highest yielder, half to the highest total returner. I am selling a bunch on Monday, just tax loss harvest stuff. I will talk about that probably Sunday because I'm not sure what I'm doing yet. I've got several that are red. Surprisingly, a lot are not that bad. They're way down in capital gain, but the distributions they've paid has almost made them even. The problem is we don't know how much of the distribution is return of capital. I'm going to assume 100%, and that affects the cost basis. So, something to think about. HOOW on Robinhood, $1, 55 cents, and now 82 cents. Came back up, 79% yield. METW on Meta, 35 cents, 21 cents, 31 cents. That's better, 41% yield. MSFW on Microsoft, 21 cents, 22 cents, 31 cents. That's coming up, 33% yield. Again, based on the average of the last three and the current price. MSTW on MicroStrategy or Strategy, 24 cents, 21 cents, 16 cents, coming down. I'm so bullish on this, on MSTR though. I mean, it's been hammered so much and they own so much Bitcoin. I mean, it's got to hit a bottom, in my opinion, not financial advice. You guys know that. Do your own research. So anyway, MSTW, 24, 21, 16 cents, 101% yield. It's only a $10 fund. NFLW on Netflix, 16 cents, 19 cents, 23 cents, coming up, 37% yield. NVDW on NVIDIA, 47 cents, 31 cents, 44 cents, 50% yield. PLTW on Palantir, 60 cents, 56 cents, 62 cents, 73% yield. TSLW on Tesla, 47 cents, 44 cents, 50 cents, 66% yield. Ubu on Uber, 43 cents, 22 cents, 19 cents, coming down, 37.9% annualized yield. And then the newest one is the United Healthcare one, UNHW. I think that was their third declaration today. 56 cents, 51 cents, 32 cents, coming down, 48% yield. And then their gold funds, GDXW on gold miners, 44 cents, 65 cents, 66 cents, 49% yield. And Spider Gold is the underlying on GLDW, 22 cents, 28 cents, 28 cents. Pretty good, 24% yield. And it's at $56, so it has gone up in value. So total return is positive on those the gold funds. TSYW, that is a treasury bond fund. We don't expect a lot of yield. We do expect some NAV stability. It's paid 9 cents, 11 cents, and declared today 13 cents, so it's coming up. 11% yield. Overall, they're yielding 51.9%. That's average of all the Roundhill funds that we cover, and pretty solid. So let's go over to comments. Yeah, we got a bunch here. Yeah, okay. Why should they crash not long before they regain? Yeah, I just collect the dividends on my taxable. Yes, Bond, I agree with you there. Hoping NVVY is all rock. It's in my. I assume you mean NVYY is all rock. Yeah, I mean rock is good for taxes, but we don't know. I mean they estimate it, and we won't know for tax loss harvest until we get the 1099, which is like February, and then it's too late to sell anything. So we don't know. So I'm just going to sell anything that's total return red. And there's a bunch of them, but most of them are not bad at all. I mean, just like 1 or 2% total return down. Wolf, yes, they aren't back up in price, but total return are still doing about 20 for QDT. Okay, yep. I'm happy with the TR. RDTE is kind of sucky last I checked, but I think that turns around for 20. I'm bullish in 2026. A lot of people are bearish. I just don't know. That's why I like the income funds, because they go down, but they still pay the income. The income drops, but I'm okay with it. And let's see, Wolf QDTE is beating the Qs in total return for the last 3 months. I would agree with that. I think I haven't updated this yet. I do this on weekends, so haven't done this yet. But QDTE is up 19% total return with drip. This is as of last weekend, and 13% without drip, and that's annualized. So I don't. I could look at the last 3 months, but I trust you, Wolf. You know better than I do. Okay, GDXW's on fire. Agreed. Got a little crazy on the V's. Yeah, Bond. It was NVYY, as I pointed out. When the 1099s come out next year, this is Bond. When the 1099s come out next year is when I will probably sell. I'm ahead total return, but not by much on NVYY. Yeah, but then that's your 2026 tax year, and I don't know. I'm waiting till the last minute. I'm selling Monday, because with the holiday and settlement stuff, I just don't know. Yes, Smitty, I am live today. I have a new laptop. It is a gaming laptop. It's got an NVIDIA GPU. It's got an AMD processor, super fast. Uh, because it was like a $200 laptop I had before, and it just couldn't keep up with doing anything live. It barely kept up with doing recordings. So here I am live. You will see more live. I have to figure out how to get these where I can see your messages on the screen, which I know you can. I assume you see my picture here. I don't see it, but I know it's there. It's down here at the corner. And do you see when I'm on here? Do you see my mug down in the corner here? Let me know, and let me know how the audio is. The video, is it frozen as I move? Is it laggy? It shouldn't be. I have plenty of losses already this year. Misty ate my lunch. Yes, Smitty, thank you. Yeah, Misty. I mean, again, I'm bullish on strategy. I I don't want to be one. I own some Misty, not a lot. I don't want to sell Misty. My total return on Misty is like down 2%. Not a huge deal. My mug is there. Thank you. Excel and your picture. A and V fine. Thank you, Smitty. I think it's when everyone's out of Misty and strategy and everyone's pissed off and it sucks, that's when it's going to run because they own so much Bitcoin. If they start selling Bitcoin, that thing's going to fly. And Wolf's up to 4% in total return on TSYY. I sold some $7 calls on TSYY. Smart move. Yeah, because I don't think it's going to go. What's TSYY at now? It's not going to rise. I don't think because they're paying such massive distributions. TSYY is at 611. So yeah, selling a 7 call, fine. Held the premium on it though. That'd be my question. How much more pissed off can people get at MSTR? There will be a breaking point, and that's when it's going to go because they own so much Bitcoin. It's not a company that, I mean, their book value is more than their stock value. So even if the company goes out of business and they just sell all their Bitcoin, they're worth more than what their stock price is. So I don't. It's just so weird with MSTR. Wolf, my Misty range from 1% to a positive 19% in my in my biggest position. Yeah, it's Misty's just is a weird fund. I haven't added. Have I dripped it? I don't know. I can tell you if I've dripped it. We'll go to yield max. Find Misty right here. 84% yield. Yeah, annual total return 42%. That's annualized over the last year. Without drip, 62%. So it's better without dripping because it's going down further than you can buy it back in dollar cost average. So I am not dripping Misty currently. This is what I go by with the drip. You guys know I changed that kind of theory a little bit. I go by the annualized total return. Is it predicting the future? Of course not. But I think my total return on Misty is down a couple, like 2%. I bought all these this year. I started this, I think, January 5th when I just discovered the high yield funds in like December, and I'm gonna wait till January and see what happened. And that's when I started buying. And my first fund was IWMY from Defiance, right here. It's paying 30% yield. It was about 50%. It has come down. I think they're trying to protect the NAV a little bit, but it's an index fund on the Russell. And I saw the distributions coming in and more than the price was dropping. So that's when I started buying more of other stuff. Some have worked out really well, some have not. But that's where we're at. All right, where are we at? Bond. I still hold MSTW and a little MSTK. When it does go up, the leverage fund should do better than Misty. Yeah, agreed. I don't own MSTW. I do own MSTK. I like what Tuttle's doing. The problem with Tuttle funds, the income blast, they only have two. I expect more to come out soon, but they're Bitcoin related. MSTK on strategy and BITK on IBIT. So, and Bitcoin's they launched in October, November when everything was down and been down ever since. They do zero DTE covered calls on these. So I like that strategy. No overnight exposure, but it's the underlying. The underlying is been crazy, and that's where we're at. Wolf still owns about 775 shares in total. Which is that on Misty? QQDY is doing fine. QLDY, yes, that's the Lightning spread, the Nasdaq. Let's go to that because I like that one. I don't own it. They are. Where are they at? Right here. QLDY. Nasdaq. Wait, they pay twice a week. They're $48. The Nasdaq was down a little today. QLDY was up 0.07. Nasdaq was down 0.05. They paid 18 cents, 17 cents, 18 cents twice a week, remember. 39% yield. Total return is positive as of last week, and it's brand new. Again, this is annualized total return. We'll update this weekend and go from there. But yeah, I like that fund. If you want some safety, that's a great one. QLDY, there's a bunch of them. K Silver from Curve. You guys know I bought that recently, right here. 35.60 a share. It's silver was, oh, I didn't update the silver price, but K Silver was up 10% today. And they've paid 50 cents, 50 cents, 55 cents. Again, that's monthly, 17% yield, but total return annualized 184%. It's a newer fund. I think they launched in September, but with the drip, 184% annualized total return. So that's awesome. Okay, Wolf. My daughter owns IWMY and it is doing good for her. She is getting about, yeah. I mean, if it's for like you're a family member, you don't want to buy the crazy high yield stuff. IWMY is a great fund. It's shouldn't go down too much in price, and it should continue to pay distributions. Seeking Alpha had been doing pump articles on blocks. Yeah, I don't own blocks. I do cover it now. I don't know if you knew. That is X funds. I cover two of them. There's three of them, I think. FIAX, which is a monthly, and then blocks and GX are weekly. I could be wrong, but 36% yield on blocks, 23% on GX, and both total return up. Annualized total return. Blocks is better without the drip. GX is better with the drip. So, that's, again, some of these funds you'll see me buying in 2026. What we got? Wolf Misty, yes. I assumed it was Misty you were talking about. Ambassador, welcome. Hope your Christmas was amazing. It was. I hope yours was as well. Just local, family, fellowship, food, football, all that good stuff. It was fantastic. Merry Christmas to everyone. Now we got New Year's, and hopefully we eat collard greens on New Year's. That's a Southern thing that the green in collard greens symbolizes the next year's luck with money. So, we do everything we can. Wolf, mine was good. Hope yours was also, Ambassador. Yes. This is Bond. I bought it to begin with, then sold it because it's Defiance, but it's going so well, I got back in. Yeah, I mean, these are, in my opinion, all of these are long term holds. These are not swing trades. You can't scalp trade with these. I mean, you can, but probably not very successful. You got to hold them, long term. And that's my plan. Some of them I'm going to sell that are, for the tax loss harvest, but you can't you can't time these things because they're going to follow the underlying. For the most part, the ones that pay massive yield are going to go down more. That's why I like Yield Boost, because they're paying massive, but it's a put credit spread, so you're totally capped on the upside. But everything's been so down that they don't have to worry about it. If we have a huge bull market, Yield Boost will suffer. They're capped, but they're capped on the downside and they're paying big time. So I love Yield Boost. Bond bought K Silver today. Yep. I'm dripping that one, and very impressed with all the curve funds really. And I'll get more into those later on. Bond got a little FOMO, so you added K Silver and K Yield. I don't own K Yield yet, but I want to show you this. I may have showed it on another. No, I want to go to Div channel. Again, new computer doesn't have all my settings in here. But let's look at K yield. Oh, we got to go to calculator. Yeah, this computer's so much faster, so I'm happy. So K yield, I think it launched like October. So we'll just put October 1st of 2025 because I think there's another K yield way back, and I don't want to confuse the tickers. Yeah, they launched October 31st at $25. They're at $22. So the total returns are down. But the worst day, so you see this is all red, drip or no drip. But the worst day was November 21st for all of these funds. So if you go to November 21st, if you bought it then, look at your returns. Green. Annualized gain 85% with drip, 85% without drip. So it's timing, and you can't time these. So I like K yield. They just launched at the worst time. So that's it. Okay, Wolf. You own about 650 shares of blocks and still buying a little occasionally. Yeah, I'm bullish on blocks. I mean, it's going to be a good fund. A lot of it's crypto, and crypto's just been hammered. Hang in there. That's all I got to say. It could go down further, but I think long term it could go up. Rod, what up? Live? Yes, I am live. New laptop. And I see down here it is not bougie, but it's a gaming laptop. AMD Ryzen processor, NVIDIA GPU. You know, all I don't know all about it, but I know it's fast. It wasn't cheap, but I wanted to do a live, and I couldn't with my old one. I believe I can with this. Now I just have to figure out how to get this chat where I can see it on this screen because I can't see it. I can't see my face either. I know it's there. You guys told me that. But I don't see the chat. So I got to keep coming back here. This is Streamlabs. I have tried StreamYard with the old laptop. That was even worse because I couldn't even hear myself on that, even with an external microphone. So here we are. Streamlabs, new laptop. It's a HP Victus something. And I love it. And I love that I can do lives. Yeah, I need two screens. Yes, I don't know how to do any of that, but I will learn. So Smitty says pork hock and black eyed pea. Yeah, we do. I do a pork loin. I do hog jowl, which is totally southern. Black eyed peas, of course, for luck. Collard greens for money. I do my grandmother's cornbread recipe from scratch. What else? That's it. And probably a mimosa or two, or three. So yes, I am live. Hog howl. I think you mean hog jowl. Yep, there you go, hog jowl. I will make that, and I make the whole meal on New Year's. That's my deal. My wife lets me do that because I'm Southern, she's not, and this is a family tradition, and that's just what we do. So I'm excited about it. It takes all day, but everyone loves it. Food's delicious. Again, it's like Christmas, but on New Year's. So Grumpy's here. Hello, DD. I'm driving Grumpy, you're always on the move. You were in New York, then Bama, then Atlanta. I don't know, but drive safe, bud. This market sucks. Wind mood, Bitcoin. Let's look at Bitcoin. Let's go here. We'll go to BTC. We don't want that one. We want this one. So Bitcoin's at 80, but look, it's so choppy and it's not really going down. I think it's consolidating. Let's put in, I like all these indicators, Bollinger Bands, pivot points, simple moving average, and visible range volume profile. And you can see all the volumes right here. Upper and lower Bollinger Bands, it's tight. The moving averages, this is a 9 and a 20. The 9 is lower than the 20, but they're so tight. So really, I mean, look, it's bounced off the upper band here. It's bouncing off the lower band here. This thing's gonna break out. And the question is, which way? I think we're getting a Bollinger squeeze coming. I mean, it's not really going up or down. It's just kind of flat. Maybe it's the holidays. I don't know. Maybe we need another rate cut. Who knows? But again, that shouldn't really affect Bitcoin. But who knows? So, what do you guys think? I think it's gonna. I don't think it's gonna do anything till the beginning of the year. And then, we need some kind of news or something. There's more volume above the price than below. But I know a bunch of calls expire today. I think the biggest call position expired today. So we'll see what happens. It hasn't shown anything yet. Anyway, Howard said they're holding back some of the distribution in order to build the nav back. Hope he wasn't shining us on. Yeah, they could do it either way, because I look at yield and now I'm looking at total return as well. I don't know how I feel about that. A lot of people like say Ulti, ULTY. People said, can't you hold some yield back and protect the NAV a little bit? But as an income investor, I have a problem with that. I want that 80% yield, and regardless of the price. And some people say, well, the price just goes down and down and down. It's unrealized. If you plan on selling it, yeah, that's bad. If it goes to zero, yeah, that's bad. And I know why they did the reverse split, because of options and margin maintenance and all that. But as long as it doesn't go to zero, I'm okay with the higher yield. Now, let's go to Alti here. Let's see, they're up in group one here somewhere. I think it's still group one. They changed the names with all that stuff. Maybe it's group two now. So $38, down 0.13 today, multiple underlying, so we don't track that. 71% yield. It's down from 80, but they paid 54 cents, 49 cents, 57 cents the last three. Pretty stable. And annualized total return, a whopping 0.94%. Is that a growth fund? Of course not. It's an income fund. So I'm I'm mixed about it. I like to see the NAV stable, but I don't want to see the yield drop too much. And it hasn't. It's at 71% right now. It was at about 80, for a long time, and the price just tanked. So now we'll see. But income, that's my deal. MSTR ended green at least today. Yeah. Hey Bon, hey Wolf. Need two screen. Yeah, Rod. We got to talk about that because I don't know how to do it. I'll figure it out, but I am not tech savvy at all. Hey Quan, hey Groove. I think GX is coming into its own lately. Silver's Moon and Rod, yes. That's why we bought K Silver from Curve. May not stop anytime soon. Bond, when you start thinking that, that's when it tanks. That, at least for me. So, these things are all over the place. Gold and silver are just way up. Stocks are way up. And they usually don't go together like that. So something's got to give, in my opinion. We're just along for the ride. Position yourself. I'm going to start buying some of the inverse funds from YieldMax. You guys know I own Fiat, the Coinbase inverse fund, paying massive. It has dropped the NAV, but again, I don't care. And then I don't own any gold exposure yet, but those are great. And then K Silver is great. So Bitcoin will break up January 5th. Break up to the upside. Yeah, I think so. I thought it'd be by now. We heard 250,000 by end of year and 150,000 by end of year. we're not going to get 100,000 by the end of the year. So when people start going crazy with predictions is usually when it falls. That's what I've learned. So we're going to have a correction. Yeah, Grumpy. I kind of feel that way too. It's just too high. It's gone up too much. People are going to start taking profits when they realize they've made X amount of dollars in such a short amount of time. They get scared and they don't want it to fall too much and lose money, so they sell, take the profit. Bitcoin has seemed to be consolidating at about 85 to 87. Yeah, I mean let's go to the chart again. It's like not doing anything. I mean, we could do a trend line if I know how to do that. I mean, this is a daily chart. So we could go like this. Yeah, that's what, 88? And what? Well, anyway, I get your point. It's totally in this range right here. Uh, say 88 to 84. So right around 85. It's something's going to happen. The question is what? And look at the last time it did this. We go way back to, oh, this is September. It was kind of in a range, and then it busted up to the upside here, right here. Look at this. Pretty flat. Big Bollinger squeeze, and then it went down. Everyone panicked, and then it went up. So you can't trust the people. Let's see. At some point, folks got to take part. Yeah, that's it. It's profit taking, and silver and gold have made too much money for a lot of people. They're gonna protect that profit by selling, or at least stop losses on some of their position. So yeah, bond if silver corrects, I'm really going to sink some money into it. Yeah, I'm putting in K silver. I'll write it down. I don't care. Again, options on silver. I love it. I do think silver hits 100 before it goes down, though. Yeah, it could. In fact, let's look at silver. Back to here. So V, that's the iShares Silver Trust. Get back to, yeah, look at the Bollinger Bands. Look at this. This is going to come down. Look at this. This is a daily chart. Let me shrink this so we can kind of see more of the big picture. It's broken above the upper Bollinger Band. Moving averages are up. It can't hold this. It can for a time, but you got a ton of volume down here, and I do see this thing going back to the 50s sometime soon. Tomorrow, I don't know. Well, tomorrow's no trading, but you get the gist. So buy the dip. Yep. So maybe that's it. Buy the dip. I just keep buying. It's time in the market, not timing the market. This is long term stuff for me. Yeah, when things dip drastically, I do try to put a little bit more in, and silver and gold will be one of those. I own no gold, no physical gold, and no gold funds. So that's it. That's the last comment. I appreciate you guys being here. Wanted to try the live stream. I got to figure out how to get these comments onto my screen so I don't have to flip back and forth, because I know this is kind of annoying, the infinite windows and all. But I do have my face on here. Should show up at the lower left when I'm on the other screens. Bond thinks there's a short squeeze going on now with silver, according to the pundits. Didn't see that. No. You mean like the big short type of squeeze? I mean, Bollingers aren't showing that. But yeah, there could be a pump and dump. That's certainly possible. It's going to dump. It can't hold this long. People have bought it here are going to freak out if it gets to here, and they're going to sell. So that's my opinion. I am going to, yeah, thanks, Grumpy. Smash that like button. Subscribe if you don't, and we'll do some more later. I got to, figure out some stuff here so you don't have to see this screen all the time. Rod said I need 2 screens or scenes or something. I don't know. I got to figure all this out. But I appreciate you guys, and we'll do something. We'll do the top 10 tomorrow, some point this weekend. Maybe live. We'll see. And top 10 yielders and top 10 total returners for you non-degenerates, because I'm kind of in the middle. I mean, I've seen my the value of my positions have come down. If you just look at that, if you look at a chart of all my positions, it's down and to the right. But I did some total returners: GUW from Roundhill, K Silver, and those are they're up in value and they're paying, just not as much. So it's a balance. Thanks, Grumpy. I appreciate you, and I'm going to close this now. But you guys have a wonderful day, and